I came to Biarritz in the late 80s to go surfing, and it's such a thrill for me to come back to that whole region and to really bring something that I've experienced since then, which is this deep connection with the Father's love. One of the big questions we have when we receive the Father's love is our whole world gets rocked, and we start to live differently. We want to live differently, but we don't know how. And that's one of the things the Lord's really given me, really opened my eyes to, is that how to live from His love once we've received it. So wherever you are in your journey, if you're down the road of having walked in His love for some time, if this is an introduction, there'll be something for everyone. We'll go on a journey into a finding home journey. And when we come home, when we can be loved and live from His love, we can actually be our true selves. So God has made you in His image. You are made in His likeness and in His image. And that means you have His look and feel. And His intention with His love is to pour His love into your heart, to seek out the areas of your heart that need healing, that need restoring, that need filling, and to bring out the treasure that is in you and in fact is you. This is what His love's doing. When Paul writes in Philippians, God who began a good work in you is faithful to complete it. This is the work that He's doing in us, that He's faithful to complete. And the good news is, you don't have to complete that work. It's work He's doing. And through the eyes of receiving revelation in our heart, and through the eyes of love that revelation gives us, we start to see our value and our worth before God. And in fact, the very things we've wanted to rid ourselves of or destroy ourselves of, and I'm not talking about sin, but parts of our personality, that our uniqueness and our difference that's so been put down, God is actually seeking to bring that out, to radiate that through the world. Isn't that stunning? He did it with Jesus. I don't know if you realize it or not, but Jesus was not like the other kids. And He wasn't meant to be like the other kids, and neither are we. But, you know, those parts of us have often been rejected, and they were in Jesus too. And so He knew what it was to walk in this life and know to be loved. Now, not every moment of His day was wonderful. And the Bible even says He was a man of many sorrows, acquainted with grief. And so he had all those human experiences too. And so He gets it, He gets you, He gets your uniqueness, He sees your uniqueness, and in actual fact, the Father designed your uniqueness. And this is what we're made for. We're made for uniqueness. And so love is the thing that activates that. And I am talking about the love of the Father being poured into your heart by His Spirit. A love that is unique as your uniqueness, that sees your uniqueness uniquely and seeks to bring it out because He designed you and He loves you and He loves what He's designed. So when we're with you, we'll be looking at those things, we'll be opening our hearts to those things, and we'll see what God will do amongst us. Oh, blessings too, and thank you to Frederic and Sylvie Castagnon for inviting me down to you. And they'll be hosting it all, they know all the details. I'm looking forward to seeing you together in France before too long. Sending you love from this beautiful beach where I pray. See ya.